Hey guys, it's Tyler here, and welcome to episode 3 of our Minecraft Let's Learn series. And just to catch everybody up, our Let's Learn, try not to use any wikis, try not to watch any tutorial videos or anything like that. Discovering all the mechanics just as a real person in real life would do by experimenting. So, our experiment for today is going to be tree growth. So, earlier episodes we learned about like weed growth and water hydration, things like that. But today we want trees because we're going to use some trees to kind of make a tiki hut village. Should be our first little house, I guess, if you want to call it. But I got my test set up here. I finally finished the pad from episode 2, and the grass is still filling in a little bit. But I have all these dirt blocks set up to kind of help me explain what I'm going to be doing. I've set them up at different intervals. I think this first one is 8 blocks, 6 blocks, 4 blocks, and I think 3 blocks. Then over here, I've seen some trees that grow in squares of 4, so we're going to test that out. And then we're going to try, since it grows in a square, we're going to try to do it in a line of 4, and then we have 2 wide and 4 deep. We're going to just test that out, see if it works too. So we have oak and birch saplings here. That's all we've found so far. And right over there is I had one dark oak sapling. I don't really know where I got it from or when I got it, but it was in my chest. So I planted it over there just to see what would happen. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. So that's the plan. We're going to do oak on this side, birch on this side. Alright, I'll see you once I get it set up. Okay guys, Tyler back here with you. It's been 2 minutes since I planted that first sapling and it's already managed to grow. Interesting. So we got everything planted around here. And now we're just going to wait. And you may wonder why I built this little scaffolding contraption here. I wanted it so I could see how high the trees were growing. Because I built it, I think 7 tall, and then with me standing, I think it's 8 tall. So my eye level is right about 8 above that. So from here, standing in the middle, I'll be able to kind of look at like that one over there. I would say is only about 5 tall, maybe 6 tall. So it gives me a good idea when I'm building my tiki huts how I need to plant them and how they're going to grow. Also, while we were building this pad, I was able to learn a lot, not a ton, but I really got a good idea of how enemies, whoa, what the heck, these things go quick, it's only 3.5 minutes. So I got a good idea of how mobs spawn, and you notice I got torches all over there. When I was building this back corner here, I kept having enemies spawn on this hillside over here, and then swim out towards me, so I lit it all up, and then when I would go to this corner, they would still spawn, but they would spawn up above the torches. So it clearly needs to be dark for them to spawn. And then a couple times I had gaps in my lights, and I would be like standing over there, because I was watching the grass grow for a long time from up there, and I have guys spawn like back here if there was a little gap in the light. So they can't spawn right next to you, it doesn't appear. And they need a minimum amount of light. Like it has to be fairly dark for them to spawn. So give me some good ideas for testing. When I get to that, I think I'm gonna go out there in the ocean over there and set up like a firing range kind of thing. Like I'll stand in the middle and I'll put single blocks out at certain distances and see if I can get them to spawn on single blocks. Because if I could do that, I think that means I'm controlling how they spawn, and that could be useful, I think, in the future. Oh, we're getting some good tree growth. All seem to be growing. Oh, these two are taller than that one. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I wanted to see. Like, what? See if I can figure some pattern out to that. Because it's going to be really hard to try to design a tiki hut village if I have different sized trees all over the place. Also, my grass is different colors. Like, you can clearly see the difference right here. Like, that's kind of I thought it was my monitor. It was messed up for a while until it all filled in, but no, it's definitely a different color. And it changes over to a brighter green. I haven't quite figured that one out yet, but And this color grass seems to match the color grass over there, and this grass matches the grass over there, so it must be like a biome thing. See, stuff like this is going to make it hard to build unless I figure out how to stop that. Like, I can't have trees growing random heights and build buildings with them. So don't know how I'll be able to control that, but I'll try to figure something out. Alright guys, what the... Okay. Okay guys, I'm going to let all these trees grow in and try to figure out what's going on here. See you in a bit. Hey guys, Tyler back here with you. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes, and pretty much all the saplings have grown. Got a few ones that haven't. But, yeah, trees have no problem growing clumped together. Kind of surprised about that. And even, like, a very small distance between them, they seem to grow okay. So, I'm going to chop all these trees down, and you can see I put a bunch more scaffolding out here. Okay, I have a layer of scaffolding at 8, and also a layer of scaffolding at 9. On both sides, both types of trees. Also, birch trees don't seem to grow to gargantuan trees. Unlike all the oak ones, like clumped together, they all grew into those monster trees. So I think we'll use birch for our tiki huts. They seem a little more predictable, but okay, I'm going to chop all these down and replant the ones. Actually, I'll probably replant all of them so I can harvest them later, but these 2 rows are going to be what I'm concerned about. 8 high ceiling and a 9 high ceiling. And we'll see how they grow. See you then. Hey guys, Tyler back here with our ceiling over the trees test. You know what I like? I like conclusive tests. And this test is very conclusive, and the trees do not care at all that there is something above them. In fact, this one looks like the trunk actually might have, well, it stops the trunk from going any higher, but the leaves just poke right through, so it doesn't seem to make any difference at all, which, okay. So for our tiki huts, we are going to use birch. Seems to be slightly more consistent. So we're just going to have to use like trial and error. So I'll plant one, see how high it grows until I get a couple that are even for the roofs. And I knocked down all of those oak trees over there because they are a pain in the butt to harvest. And I'm actually going to chop these oak ones down and I'll plant birch there as well. So next episode we will be working on our tiki farm. Tiki village. I think I got some sweet ideas with some birch trees. It's gonna be way over there. I found an area when I was out exploring, kind of an untouched coastal area that looks pretty sweet. So we will be doing that on episode 4 of our Let's Learn. And also, no, my sword. I found a new type of block, clay. I was over there leveling that island, and I looked out in the water, and there was, you can kind of see some here. It's kind of a lighter colored block down at the bottom. I went down there and mined it, and it was clay, so I haven't figured out what I'd do with clay yet, but I have it, and I'll play with it some later. That's what she said. Okay, I will see you guys for episode 4 at our Tiki Village. See ya. Oh guys, one last thing before I go, apples. There you go, just saw one drop there, awesome. They seem to not come from birch trees, and they do come from oak trees, so if you want apples, make an oak tree farm. If you want more predictable trees, go with birch. Okay, see you guys.